This week I moved from weapon tuning into unlockables, boss readability, and the overall look of the scene. The game now has locked weapons, clearer boss progress, XP decay feedback, and a darker forest look. Last week I already added tracking for a few stats like boss kills, monster kills, longest game, and the combo counter. So this week I started using those stats for the unlockables menu and locked some weapons behind progress. I started by making a rough plan for the unlockable screen. For UI, I usually prefer getting a simple version into the game first, then adjusting it after I see how it feels. First version was mostly about getting the screen working, showing the locked weapons, and making sure the structure made sense. Once that was working, I started cleaning up the details. One thing I noticed was that my current font makes XP look a bit like HP, so I may change the font for the screen, or maybe for the whole game later. I also added icons for XP and luck, so the stats are easier to read without relying on the text. After that, I worked on stronger gameplay hints. Since the boss currently appears every 50 monsters, I added a boss counter to make that progress visible. I also fixed the XP bar decay. Spawning monsters is the main input in this game, so I needed a few systems that push the player to keep spawning. If you stop spawning for more than 1 second, the XP bar starts to decay. That was already part of the design, but it was not showing clearly enough in the UI. So I added a stronger tint and pulse to the XP bar when decay starts. The boss spawns every 50 monsters. If I keep more monsters alive before the boss appears, the boss harvests them and gets stronger. But the player also gets more reward from the harvested monsters. To make that easier to read, I added a boss health bar, a small blue particles that move from the dead monsters into the boss. Near the end of the week, I worked on the lighting. The scene was too bright before and it did not match the UI or the atmosphere I wanted. So I added darker lighting with shadows and pushed the scene more toward a dark forest look. I am still thinking about the theme, a more cryptic direction could also fit this game. But for now I like how the darker forest version feels. Next week I want to start by cleaning up a few issues I noticed while testing. The screen shake is moving the arena slightly. Some monsters stutter when another monster dies, and the homing missile targeting broke during these design changes. I think the physics changes are probably related to that. After that I want to keep polishing the game and decide what to focus on next. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.